Hey guys, welcome to Math Simplified with Mr. I. Today I'm going to show you how to simplify fractions. So stick around to this episode. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how. Alright, so let's pick 4 divided by 8. So the top number here, right, this number here is your numerator. Okay? And the bottom number is your denominator, right? The pen is hard to write with, but we're just gonna go with it. So the top is 4 and the bottom is 8, okay? So now if you had 4 on the numerator and 8 on the denominator, because you can see what I'm calling the numerator and the denominator, what number goes on the top and the bottom? The first thing anyone's gonna think about, hey, I need to simplify where no number goes on top or bottom. First thing you're going to say is, hey, Mr. I can divide the top by a 2, and I can divide the bottom also by a 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I have to think to myself, right, and say, hey, 2 over 4. Can that be simplified further? Yes, it can. What number goes on the top and also goes in the bottom? If I do divided by 2 again, right? And then the bottom, if I divide that by 2 again, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's my answer, because I look at it and say, hey, 1 cannot be divided by anything, right? And then 2 obviously could be by itself, but it doesn't need to go any further. So that's the simplest form, right? So we first divided by what? We divided 4 by 2, and then 2 by 2 again. Then we did 8 by 2, and then we did 2 by 2 again, right? So we got basically a half. There's an easier way, so let's do it. You got 4 over 8, right? What is common in both of them, right? And this is where the greatest common factor comes in, right? So you can say greatest one, right? Between 4 and 8, what's the greatest one? Yes, 2 is a factor in both, but 4 is greater, right? So if I put 4 here, so let's say I divide the top by 4. I divide the bottom by 4. What am I going to have? 1 over 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 1/2. That's the same answer we got earlier. And look, instead of doing all that long work, we just did the little work, right? So that tells you that if you find the greatest common factor, you can simplify much faster. I'm going to do one more problem real quick to see if you understood what I was talking about. So let's say we have 3 over 9. Pause the video, go ahead and do it yourself. Okay, unpause. So if you think about it, one number goes on top and the bottom. If you said 3, you're right. So if you divide this by 3 and divide this by 3, what do you get? 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. It's 1/3. Let's see if you're good. We'll give you another one, okay? So let's say you had, let's give you a tricky one, right? Let's say you had 75 over 100. Right now you're probably like, oh my God, he gave me such a big number, but it's not. Think about money, okay? What number can go on top and the bottom? Think about money. If you had cents, 25 cents, ring a bell, 25 into 75. If you divide the top by 25, it's going to give you 3/4, right? Basically, and 100 divided by 25, basically like $1 divided by 25 cents is going to be how many? So let's go ahead and put the dividing of the 25. This is going to be 4. It's 3/4, right? So now you just saw how to simplify fractions, right? All you have to do is what? Simply take the greatest common factor in both of those, divide on the top, which is your numerator, and divide on the bottom, which is the denominator, until you can't divide anymore, until you cannot simplify anymore, and that is the simplest form. If you liked it, stay tuned for some more. That's it for Mr. I. Check you guys later.